Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. Even though the NBA offseason is still in its infancy, there are some very interesting NBA prop odds out at some of the certain sports books around the globe. And of course, we don't have any future odds yet because of all the free agency upheaval going on right now. But at Ladbrokes, interesting prop odds here for them in some NBA offseason odds. And this one is whether or not a team will go undefeated in a calendar month. And you can bet on that at 5-1 at Ladbrokes. And of course, the Spurs did it just this past season. They went undefeated in the month of March and would have cashed this prop as well. And San Antonio made it the 12th time it's been done in NBA history. However, only 9 teams have succeeded in doing it. Before San Antonio did it just this past season, the last team to do it was the Los Angeles Clippers a season before last, where they went undefeated in the month of December. However, even though the Spurs undefeated month led to a title, the Clippers, of course, they finished the month of December undefeated. Were about 25-6, I think, heading into the new year of 2013. They finished the year 31-20. They lost in the first round of the playoffs, and Vinny Del Negro's contract was not renewed 5 months after they were reporting him getting signed to a big extension in Los Angeles. So things can change, things can happen in the NBA, and teams that aren't necessarily title contenders can have hot months. However, most of the time, if you look back at when it's happened in NBA history, about half the time it's resulted in a team winning an NBA championship. However, the Heat's 27-game winning streak from 2 years ago, same season that the Clippers went on that winning streak, did not count and would have not counted in this wager. You would have lost it because they lost in that one. First game in February, then started their 27-game winning streak, pushed it through to the end of March, but with 3 games remaining, lost to the Chicago Bulls. So that one did not count. But still, as we do not know the NBA schedules for next month, which makes this prop incredibly difficult to handicap right now. But once we know that, here towards the end of July, once free agency settles down as well in a couple of weeks, I think we'll have a much better opportunity to look at this prop and see whether or not it has value. If you're feeling exceptionally lucky, if it's your birthday or whatever, you can also bet on a specific month of Ladbrokes that you'd like to, that you think a team's going to go undefeated at. That would be at a payout of 25-1 if indeed that happened. But even though we don't have schedules, even though we don't have any free agents settled right now, I think we can still speculate a little bit on what teams have a legitimate chance of going undefeated in a calendar month. The Miami Heat, obviously, first one to come to mind. They've had a 27-game winning streak in the last couple of years, and even if they come back this season, I think they're going to be a much better team than they were a season ago. Definitely have a shot in going 12-0 or better in a calendar month, which is what the stipulations at Ladbrokes are. It has to be a minimum of 12 games. Another teams out west, I think really other teams in the East, I don't think have any chance of this other than the Miami Heat, unless of course Carmelo comes to the Bulls. But even if that happens, I doubt they really have a chance. But on the west side of things, obviously the Spurs, who have done it before, the Clippers, who have done it in the last 2 years, have a chance. And I think you have to throw the Thunder in there as well. But remember, West is a very deep conference. It's much more difficult to go undefeated in a calendar month out west than it is in the Eastern Conference for the Miami Heat. So if we look at it as the Spurs maybe have a chance in the West and that's it, and maybe the Heat have a little bit of a chance if they retool at this point, probably not much of a wager I'd be willing to take a chance at 5-1. I'm much more excited about another Ladbrokes prop that you can get over there at plus 650, which would be whether or not the Spurs and the Heat face off against one another in the finals again. I think that's a little bit more of a better wager than this one here right now. So go ahead and check that one out. But that'll do it for me for this one. Make sure you join me next time. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.